the pavilion in front of Tropicana, and just as I approached there, some of my buddies were there. They hadn't seen me in quite a while because I have not been on the boardwalk at all. Ever since I had my run-in when I was trying to busk, you don't need to convince me twice that I will get arrested and I will have $1,000 fines if I'm seen with my guitar here trying to make a living. So I have not been here. I've had lots of things to do, as you well know. This Trump rally stuff, taking care of my mom. I just have a lot to do on my plate. So, but yes, I can't help but feel that I have been deprived of my livelihood because of what the police did in their capacity to keep a guitar player off the boardwalk. Meanwhile, you have everybody else panhandling, selling drugs, selling ass, everything else. But you can't play guitar on the boardwalk. And the thing is, if I had even gone through the effort and the extreme financial costs to get the permit, I still would not be allowed to play here, which is where I wanted to play because this is close to where I live. If something were to happen, that the weather were to turn foul right away, like thunder and lightning, for instance, and I do have a phobia about thunder and lightning. So if something were to happen, I would need to know that I could run safely to cover quickly. And if I was clear up by resorts, I would not be able to do that. Not to mention the fact that there's also time restrictions on being out here that includes you ought to be here during the daytime. And I can't be out here until usually after 4 or 5 o'clock because of the sun. Right now, I am risking myself. I got a hell of a sunburn when I was in Wildwood because I forgot to bring my sunblock. And, us people can't be without our sunblocks. Hello, Amir. Uh, there's only one face mask I have on me right now, and that is just something that I safety pin to my computer carrier so that I can represent my truck. So, for the time being, the content that I'm going to be uploading is going to be stuff related to the Trump rally. I have a lot of the footage, and I realize that it would get a lot more attention in the bits that I filmed it than if I was to edit it all together. Then people would only watch certain parts of it and miss the rest of it anyway. So actually, they're paying more attention to the content by the way I'm posting it. So, but after I post that footage, then of course I'm going to be doing some story times, and I'm going to be creating videos about the notes that I took because I brought my journal and I have been writing now again. So, and I think that's an important thing to talk about. But I didn't know that I was going to go live today. There's actually, I have to be careful what I say because there's certain subjects that I want to film standalone videos about. And if I go into it here, then I'm going to ruin the video, and I want to be able to have those videos. So you can't say that the only thing I'm filming about is President Trump. There are other things, but yes, I care a lot about the man. I care about getting him elected, and I would really like to join forces with other pro-Trump YouTubers. I would like to do some kind of a benefit where I could donate some of my gifts and talents to something, do a fundraiser for the campaign. I would really like to do that. It could be a music thing, it could be an artistic thing, whatever. I really want to do this because I noticed that when he is doing, he's actively soliciting donations, but he is specifically saying that if you're not flush, he doesn't want people to do what they can't afford. So I'm thinking maybe I could do something with my time. So, but yeah, we've been having a lot of steady rain, which has impacted some of my outside filming. It has been coming down. When it's been raining, it's been coming down really hard. And I have to be so careful not to get this computer wet because I still have not figured out that tablet that I took that little class in, and I can't seem to keep it charged. And even though somebody gave me a charging device for it, one of those portable like power packs or whatever it's called, and they claimed that it was all the way charged, but I was not able to use it to do some of the filming that I wanted to do. But and I can't keep on buying new equipment that I'm not sure I know how to use. Another thing, I still need to replace that Seagate drive that I bought that I was using to back up this channel. gotta realize, for some of you that haven't been watching me for years, I had this channel for 12 and a half years. Okay. So because I had it that long, I have a lot of content and I need to do a better job backing it up. So I bought the Seagate 8 gigabyte hard drive to stash my videos, but I dropped it one too many times and I was not able to get the local help to take a look at it, which, people do have lives. I can't expect people to be my poor man's tech support person. So it looks to me that I'm just going to have to bite that loss and go and buy another drive that is sturdier and is much more portable. That seemed to bill itself as a desktop drive. And I don't necessarily want to be having something plugged in all the time. I want something that is really sturdy and I can drop it a bunch of times and it's not going to mess up. Because I don't understand why something dropped on a carpeted floor only 3.5 feet should cause damage, but it looks like the thing has bit the ghost. So I'm going to have to get another one. And again, that's not the sort of expense I was expecting to have it, especially considering that I could be out here playing guitar. But now apparently the homeless community, they're starting to do things to attract unwanted attention themselves. Like for instance, when I came up to Tropicana like an hour ago, one of my buddies had a chase lounge, like the kind you would have for the beach, had that opened up as if they had just gotten waken up from a slumber. That's the sort of thing that's going to cause the tourists and the casino people to complain. And of course, if you're seen talking to your homeless friends, people are going to assume that you're homeless too. And so I realize that I have that going against me because a lot of my associates are in the unhoused community. So to that end, I gave one of my business cards to one of the cops here, and I said, if you could do me a favor, and if you could like put my word out, circulate my name amongst your fellows, and let them know that I'm not one of the ragamuffins causing problems on the boardwalk or elsewhere. I'm not out breaking laws. I'm not creating a disturbance. I can't control what some of my fellows do, but I'm not one of the troublemakers. And as a matter of fact, when they told me I had to take my guitar and get off the boardwalk, I have not been back here. My livelihood is in essence gone because I'm choosing to obey the law because I don't need the tickets and the criminal record and all that stuff that goes with being a repeat offender. So, as a result, I'm missing out on a lot of money. And but as soon as I got on the boardwalk, my buddies were asking me where my guitar was. I said, uh, I was told I can't play it here anymore. So, and like I said, even if I got that license, I would not be able to be here where I want to be. Okay, you see, this is the area where I would want to play. First of all, I could get a good Wi-Fi signal here. I can't live stream up and down the boardwalk. Only the casinos, and not all of them, that have strong enough signals that you can go live. I also have to be careful about the kiosks that blast the copyrighted music. All these t-shirt shops around here that have radios and stuff, and that's going to get me copyright strikes. So I have to be careful where I go. I can't be where I'm in the sun. There's a lot of limitations here. And plus, I feel safer here because it's more familiar to me in that there's a chance of more people that I know. And again, I can get home safely if something was to happen. And if some aggressive panhandler is bothering me and trying to grab me or maybe trying to take my money or something, I can get home fast. I don't want to be up, way up over here. If you get the permit, you got to be way up there. It's not convenient for me. And it's not convenient for them to say that you can't be out there like after midnight or whatever the thing is. When you are very sensitive to the sun and you can't even go out there till 5 o'clock, and especially if it's a hot summer night, you may be out there past 3 o'clock in the morning because this is a 24-hour town. Have people coming in and out of the casinos at all hours. Okay, you can see the sun is really getting at me pretty hard. But another reason why I was out here this morning is I was hoping to run into somebody that always has coffee and breakfast stuff. And unless that's him down there. But no, I don't think so because he usually starts here at Tropicana. There's all the way back there. Uh yeah, After I'm done with all the Wildwood footage, then I'll get more to some local stuff. But yes, the Trump footage is important. There's much more of this than you people know. There's people that are in some subcultures that are not stereotypically known as Republican sympathizers who are realizing that the way our economy is, they're realizing how expensive gas is, how expensive food is, and looking at all the people that are accessing food lines that never thought that they would have to do it because things are just too ridiculously expensive, and you're looking at how unsafe we are now because of our porous borders. I'm talking to friends in New York City that are finally making comments about how they don't feel safe on the subway platforms, even though part of their reason for feeling unsafe is because they're seeing police decked out in their machine guns and all that stuff. And it's like, if you think the police are part of the problem, you don't realize the reason why the police are there is because we have all these crazy people pushing people on subway platforms. You have people that are very, very angry, even though they should be happy as a bug in a rug because they snuck over here, and they think it's okay to beat up service workers. They think it's okay to beat up cops. They think it's okay to beat up and rob people, rape and murder, and all this stuff. Our cities are not as safe as they were. And especially these cities that are run by Democrat mayors and these district attorneys that will not cause people to post bail and will not cause people to do any kind of recrimination for the things that they do. It's not a good time for business. It's not a good time for people that are trying to pay the rent. It's not a good time for people that want to feel safe. And there are the powers that be that would like for us to not talk about it. And I will talk about it. So, okay, I hope you guys um, do well and stay safe. And, but yeah, I am out here on the Atlantic City Boardwalk. I don't have my guitar. I don't have any livelihood here in Atlantic City. The only livelihood I have is what I can eke out on the internet. And so I'm going to be doing that more and more. And I'm also probably going to try to take another class at the library so that I can find out more about how to use my electronics. Because that's a real thing. I don't mind getting new electronics, but I need to be able to learn how to use what I'm getting. And Wildwood really needs to get some infrastructure, get some Wi-Fi, because I really felt so alone in that everybody in Echo had their cell phones, and they were doing a lot of live broadcasting, and they were doing different things, and I was not able to contact the outside world. And once I was on the beach and I wasn't near a plug-in place, and my computer totally ran out of juice. And then, of course, because the Secret Service wouldn't let us bring big, giant electronics into the rally, I gave it to my friend's stash in her car. So I wasn't able to create content. Like, I wanted to create content during the camp out. That would be so badass. I had such a good time trying to sleep on the sand. Nobody really was sleeping. I'm sure people tried, but you can't sleep. Plus, it was too exciting. It was too much fun. And I'm going to be doing story time about that. So, for the time being, my channel is going to be Trump stuff. And you just have to be okay with that because that's what's important to me. And my channel is about what I think is important and it reflects my life. And so, thank you for tuning in. And I will have content for you every day. You know that. And I'll talk to you soon. Be safe. Bye bye.